The number one reason budgeting feels broken has nothing to do with how much you make or how disciplined you are. Even for high earners, I see this all the time. You're tracking your spending, using the apps, trying to stay on top of everything, but somehow you still feel like you're not getting ahead. And it's because most budgeting systems don't account for the real life cash flow, the way your income fluctuates, and how expenses can pop up. Most budgeting tools assume that your income is fixed and predictable, but for many high income professionals, it's really not that simple. For example, maybe you might get a bonus at the end of the year, or you might have a job where it's more project based. So you end up having some time in between projects where you have no income coming in at all. Or maybe you're in sales like I used to be, and it really depends on the month's performance where your commission is based off of. And so it fluctuates month to month. And even when your income is good, the expenses don't really follow a clear pattern. One month it could be school fees, the next month it can be your friend's wedding, and the next month after that could be a surprise car repair. All these things can throw off even the most well intentioned budget. I remember this clearly when I became a mom. Suddenly there were so many transactions, and back then I used Mint, which is an app that's no longer available, but it helped me track what I already spent on, but it was useless when it came to planning ahead or optimizing what was coming in. There's this belief that if you're earning six figures, you should be able to get ahead. So when the numbers don't add up, you start wondering maybe there's something that you might be doing wrong. But the truth is that most tools ignore timing. They show your monthly totals, but they're not very clear if there's actually money there when you need it. They don't reflect how you actually live, whether you have those bigger life goals, the irregular spending, or the different priority shifts depending on your stage of life. And they don't help you test the impact of your decisions. So, whether it would be a good idea to invest more towards your Roth IRA or pay off 1000 towards your credit card. It's not about working harder or tracking more. It's about using a system that's built to handle all the moving pieces that a high earner might experience. So, whether that's your variable income or your big ambitious goals, or being able to manage all the family expenses, planned or unplanned. When you can't get ahead despite a good income, it's not just frustrating, it's defeating. You really start to second guess yourself. But really, you've outgrown the tools that you started with. What you need now is to have the ability to see the full financial picture. And that way, it's easier to make financial decisions and stop second guessing yourself. So, what works instead? So I teach my clients to move away from the one size fits all budgeting and towards a system that provides structure. So first consider all your fixed commitments and then build in flex for those irregular expenses. And then being able to clearly see timing. So aligning your money with your paycheck periods and spending patterns and not necessarily the monthly totals. And the last thing is decision clarity. So being able to use a system that allows you to test your decisions in advance, like putting extra towards savings or debt, and immediately being able to see how it affects all your future pay periods. That way, you're not just guessing, you're able to plan it in advance. And all of this is able to give you a real life plan for your money. Here's the thing, when most high earners say that they're budgeting, they're actually really just tracking. And that's the biggest reason that it's not working. They think if I stay on top of every transaction, I should be able to figure it out. But here's the truth: tracking alone won't get you ahead. And in some cases, it'll end up keeping you in the same cycle. Let me explain why that is and what to do instead in this video.